This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by the Capitol Grill. White guy have no rhythm. Living in Las Vegas starts now. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Wow, stormy out there. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was. Singer for the Scotty, Mr. Scott Whitney. Welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Well, thank you very much. And if you'd allow me, let me congratulate you because you are watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, which means that we're not only going to cover what it's like to live here, nay, we're going to talk about our adventures on the Strip, downtown, Fremont Street, other cool places here in the big valley of ours. And guess what? If you're a visitor, you're a tourist, you're a fan of our fair city, hell, you may even be thinking about moving here, you crazy kid. Well, guess what? Our show is like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy. Hey, we're live every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Again, VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Come on over, as Christina Aguilera would say. Come on over, baby. Join us in the live chat. Be part of the fun. Be a part of the show. Get in the live chat. Hang out with groovy people who look better clothed than naked, but don't hold that against them. That's not really a fair thing to say.
I'm working on it.
They're good people, and here's the thing that's best about
We're gonna
them.
start body shaming already in hour one.
Seems wrong, right? I'm like a 15-year-old girl. You're fat. Hey, fuck off. That's the way you respond to a 15-year-old girl who says that, by the way. Fuck off. We were, as a matter of fact, in the pre-show, we were providing some parenting guidance, which is very similar to what we just said. By the way, we've got people who are in the live chat who are all over this beautiful country. For example, they are
in Las Vegas. I guess, is it Las Vegas these days, or is it Vegas? I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, those freaking Golden Knights.
Las Vegas. Well, you're guilty of it too. Henderson, Arizona, California, Minnesota, Oregon, Florida, Illinois, Colorado, Wisconsin,
and
Canada.
Bonus international.
All in caps.
That's right.
Why are we yelling?
And here's a cool thing about this. We start streaming this show about 10 to 15 minutes before, so a little inside scoop of show preparation. And then after the show is done officially, we go off the rails. That's right. It's Vegas Video Network After Dark. It's dark. It's 2.0. It's when Wayne really opens his kimono and tells you what he really feels like. Right now, Wayne's licking his fingers and touching his nipples, which is a song. And it's a song it's a Christmas song, actually. Don't sing it to your kids. Hey, by the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa. Buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the founder of the Vegas Video Network. So on behalf of this show, thanks for watching. On behalf of all the shows on the Vegas Video Network, thanks for playing along as well. And I'm not doing this alone. I very seldom do. And when I do that, I don't like to talk about it. But I'm joined by the one, the only Pimpin' Wayne, everybody. There he is.
Thank you. Oh, look at the back row showing up. They heard I was going to be here. It got out on Twitter beforehand. I planted those rumors, and they turned out to be correct.
Hey, Wayne. Hey, Payne. Pimpin' Wayne put together. Pain.
Oh.
That's not nice.
The things I like to cause you, Alex. I'll take that for 200.
All right. This guy is known as Pimpin' Wayne, who is Pimpin' Wayne. Congratulations for 400. Hey, over under, my friend.
Oh, boy. I got to exercise some of those vacation rights in my contract. So I'm a little rusty.
Yeah.
Let's say 87.
Really? And a boy, 87. Not a hook, though, straight 87.
Straight 87. I like to leave the push out there.
Potential tie in this. All right, well, let's get started with this week's big program.
Still feel like we could use a video bumper here.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. Otherwise, we just sit here and chair dance.
I like it. It gives me a chance to kind of think about how the week's been going so far. I get to think, this show would be so much better if I prepared for it anyway. It's okay.
What are you talking about? You texted me at like 3:30.
I did. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to be talking about this. And this is what we're going to be talking about. The perfect holiday date in Las Vegas. Listen, folks, the holiday season is upon us.
Oh, I could tell as soon as I pulled up to the Casa de Whitney here.
Right?
It's
Wreaths
like Frosty threw up and then
Right. And because the season is upon us, we all know the whole happy wife, happy life idea. But it's the same thing for the husband, for the boyfriend, for the girlfriend. Whether you're same sex or heteros, or we don't care.
the LGBTQ community.
We're listen.
Big supporters.
Our job, of course we are. Our job, that's what half the shows on the strip are.
That's what's left.
Right. Check out House Seats Presents on our network. Half the people are gay and they're having a hell of a good time. Here's the thing. What we want to do, what Wayne and I are going to be doing for you on this here show is we're going to help you craft the perfect holiday date. Now, this is not just I'm going to take you to McDonald's and have the peppermint milkshake. No, that's not what we're doing. This is a...
Let's just splurge for the large. They put cherries on it now.
Well, of course they do, because it's a holiday.
It's a classy joint.
What are they going to do? This is a full day holiday date. So block off the calendar, kids. We're going big.
Okay.
Let's wake up. Good morning, honey.
Give me 5 more minutes.
Oh, you're such a bum. Did you put out the trash?
Why do you got to nag me first thing in the morning?
Okay, I love you.
I haven't even woken up yet.
Listen, I'm tired of you talking.
I cheated on you.
What? The fuck?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's
supposed to be in the after show. You were hold on, that's my lawyer. Yes, no, he cheated on me. No, I want to take everything. What? He's got nothing? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do this again a bit more lovingly.
Oh, okay.
Morning, honey.
Wait, which role am I?
You, the happy other one.
Oh, okay.
All right,
another day, another dollar.
Good to see you, sweetheart.
Oh, it's great to see you.
Have I got a surprise for you?
You do?
I've blocked off your calendar for the whole day.
The whole day?
That's right. And you and me are going to have a little bit of holiday fun.
Oh, you always know what to do.
I'm pretty fantastic, aren't I?
Oh, my fantastic doesn't even begin to describe it.
Let's go ahead and shower. I'll make you some coffee.
Okay.
Zoop. And now, let's go. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 or so. Hop in the car, sweetheart.
Okay.
Let's begin our day. We're going to start by going to Bellagio.
Wow.
And what are we going to do at the Bellagio? Well, we're going to be checking out the Botanical Gardens. Holy camoles. One of the most beautiful things you can ever see. We, the Whitneys, have gone to the Botanical Gardens many a holiday. This was from 2015. It appears that my daughters had been drinking. But that's uncalled for. There's no need to mention that in front of these people. So you go there. What do you see? Well, you see polar bear families made of flowers. You see a 42-foot tree that's white and made of fir, F-I-R.
Right.
A couple trains. It's gorgeous.
A lot of Asian tourists.
And a lot of people who use iPads for cameras, which really is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life, right? You just want to punch them in the face, but that's not Christmassy, so we won't do that.
Thank God. Have you ever seen an iPad selfie? I've never seen one of those.
Well, I think I probably have.
They're always like just taking someone else. I've never seen an iPad selfie.
Oh,
yet.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a selfie stick? Have 2 arms doing this. What are you
The
doing?
aluminum pole just snaps.
Trying to take a selfie with my iPad, the iPad Pro. Oh, you mean that 400-pound iPad? Yeah, it's not working for me. All right, so we're hanging out at the gardens where it's lovely, and we might have even got a small Bloody Mary prior to coming in there, and we're roaming around, and it's you know what, the price free. It's always been free. Now, it's owned by MGM, so there's a good chance they'll eventually charge for it. But right now, it's free.
They'll put turnstiles up.
So we'll give
guys stand there with a clicker.
Give them a thumbs up. Okay, but now we've been walking around and we've been hanging out with the flowers, and God bless it, it is beautiful. Just beautiful.
Very nice.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Let's go eat. You're thinking, let's go to the buffet. It's hooked right there. No. We're not going to some silly old buffet. By the way, the buffet at Bellagio is pretty good.
Pricey.
Yeah, a little bit. Instead, we're going to just come on out, make a little bit of a couple turns. It's about a half a mile within Bellagio. And we're going to be hanging out at Lago by Julian Serrano. This is
Has the season changed?
In which part?
Oh, I'm just turn. And there was a season.
Oh, look at you being all 60s musical and all. This is the view at Lagos. Now, the four of us aren't there, but you could sit outside, look at the big lake out there, take a look at
What do you mean the four of you aren't there?
I mean, we're not going to be there when you show up. And if you go out there and take a picture.
I thought you meant like you Photoshopped that with some green screen.
No, wouldn't that have been pretty good there, right? No, we're not going to be there. If you're hoping that exact picture that you see there, the Whitneys will not be there when you take that picture, but you can see the picture is fantastic. They have great cocktails, good food, small plates, reasonably priced. I mean, it's a Bellagio, so you're not going to, you're going to pay a little bit of money, but it's really nice. And what are we trying to do in this state? Trying to impress you.
Oh, okay. I thought get laid was the...
Well, that's how I'm going to get laid.
Oh, okay.
Is by impressing
two-step
you.
process. Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, you don't go for the initial close. You take it easy. You kind of work your way up there. So now...
I'm sorry. I'm just used to... things usually move fast.
Well, that's why you're pimping Wayne.
Yeah.
So you did the flowers, and the flowers were nice. And then you take her or him over to Lago by Julian Serrano, and you have a lovely... We'll call it brunch. Let's not call it breakfast. Let's not get carried away. Now we're a little bloated. We've had a little bit to eat. We need to walk it off.
You calling me fat?
Nope. Just slightly bloated, which is different. It's not the same thing. You have a food baby. It's a food baby. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go for a walk. Where should we go? Let's get in the Uber. Or if you're Maui 4 or somebody, you can drive or run there, but we're not. Screw that. We're not going to walk. We're going over to Cowboy Christmas.
Cowboy Christmas.
Cowboy Christmas, my friend. It's been going on since 1968.
Yippee-ki-yay.
1986. Slight changing of numbers. It's a rounding error, quite frankly. No one knows. It's at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It happens every Christmas time. Get this, 900,000 square feet of shopping. Holiday shopping for cowboy stuff. Come on. 350 vendors. You get to... Some of the nice... Listen, I make fun of people in the Midwest and the Texas
As
people,
do I.
But guess what?
As they should be.
Some of the nicest people you ever meet are those people. Super nice. I mean, I was in Effingham a couple weeks ago, and it was cold and freezing and shitty outside, and there was a guy working on re-roofing his house, and his buddies were helping him. It's freezing cold. They're all wearing jackets. They care about each other. So why not surround yourself with nothing but cowboy people who are lovely and have that kind of draw? Can I help you, ma'am? Who if they bump in? Excuse me, ma'am. Didn't mean to bump into you. I love that. So we're going to go over to the Las Vegas Convention Center, 900,000 square feet. We've got 350 vendors. The wife is having a great time. She's buying stuff. That's good. I like boots. I like boots like anybody. Chaps, assless chaps. We might be able to use those tonight.
Do you have spurs to jingle, jangle, jingle?
As far as you know.
All right. Yeehaw.
So we're getting the rubber spurs. And what the hell was that? You okay? Thought we were going to lose you for a minute.
Visuals.
Oh, okay. So we've done some shopping. Now we need just a bit more activity. We're going to be having a fantastic dinner a little bit later on this evening. But first, let's keep going on. Now we've got a variety of selections here.
Okay.
We're gonna let our viewers or our listeners decide. We can go back because at 3:00 the ice rink at the Cosmopolitan fires off again.
I love that.
That is a pretty nifty little place.
Love
Had
that.
a picture. Oh, there it is. There you go. They've been doing this for 5 years. You know how long they've been open?
5 years.
I think so. I think about 6 years maybe. But yeah, they've been doing it pretty much since the beginning. This is arguably the coolest ice rink
Oh, it's a fun time.
Las Vegas. And Wayne has been there. You actually spent a New Year's there, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
That's right. And so the Boulevard Pool, which is on the second floor, third floor?
I think it's the second floor.
Yeah. So they transform it into this big ice rink, 4,200 square feet of ice. They've got fire pits, a specialty drink menu, s'mores.
Which are good. Mm-hmm.
It's arguably
kits,
one of the coolest little setups they go. And like I said, there's a lot of ice rinks here during the holidays. But you know what we're trying to do? This is a date. I don't need to be going to some pedestrian ice rink. I'm taking you to the Boulevard Pool ice rink at Cosmo.
It's nice.
It's very, very nice.
Classy man.
Thank you. And speaking of New Year's Eve, they're doing New Year's Eve again this year. I
believe New Year's Eve happens every year.
We're going to miss you, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the ice rink will be doing it again, celebrating again. It's $99 per person. Is that what it was for you?
Well, that's just the admission. We actually reserved a fire pit.
That includes open bar, though. I will say this.
Oh, see that we didn't have that.
Oh, that's what that is.
We paid. It was approximately. I want to say it was just shy, but because remember they're going to add on tax and mandatory gratuity.
Oh.
Along with the fees, so we paid almost about $150 a person.
Oh.
And there was probably 6 of us.
Oh.
So it was just a shade under 1,000.
Oh.
That included the fire pit for the night.
Oh. Okay,
a waitress.
Oh yeah.
The s'mores kit. But it was BYO, not bring your own, it's buy your own drinks and food.
So this 99 includes open bar and music, like a DJ or some shit.
There was a DJ there, yeah. You could do all the skating you wanted. I used to skate. I don't anymore. No? How about you?
I've skated. Here's a problem with skating.
Staying upright?
It's fucking cold. They want you on ice. Ice is cold. I don't like cold. I probably haven't shared that with you or the people who are listening or watching this show, but I don't care for cold.
Really?
Not good. So like right now, this time of year, I'm usually a miserable shit.
Oh.
Because it's cold outside.
You think it's limited to just this time of year, huh?
Pretty much. I'm pretty happy the rest of the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you are not making this date easy.
No.
Okay, moving forward.
Whatever your Prozac tells you, man.
It's Xanax, not Prozac. It's other activities that you can do. How about this? Opportunity Village Magical Forest. This
Never been there. Heard about it.
We did this last year, and it was fantastic. You know, this is Opportunity Village. They find jobs for mentally challenged folks. Very well known organization here, very well respected, all that good stuff. And I drive by this place every day to work. So I have Oakley by Rainbow, and they've got. I'm running a video right now.
Oakley or Okie?
Oakie, sorry.
Yeah, one's sunglasses, one's a street.
Fair enough. And they've got, and you can see here, they've got trains and lights and rides and Santa and God damn, when we were there last year, I was like, what the hell is this? I thought this was some poor little non-profit organization. This looks like the folks at Disney put this thing together. It is fantastic. Arguably my favorite. Wow. Yeah, probably my favorite place to go for lights, but there are other places to go for lights as well. So let's say that you're in the Hendertucky area. Then the FLM Chocolate Cactus Garden is pretty nice as well. I've been there as well. Over 1 million lights.
We pronounce it Henderson, by the way.
It's not Hendertucky.
Believe it or not, no.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people call it Hendertucky.
I checked on Wikipedia. It says Henderson.
Pretty sure it's Hendertucky.
All right. Well, until you edit that entry back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So Hendertucky, sometimes called Henderson parenthetically, over in the
AKA
south east-ish part. So they have this place, Ethel M Chocolate, really good chocolatier guy. They're owned by Mars, but they have their own brand. They actually have a really nice little store at the airport as well. But they have this cactus garden, 1 million lights. What's cool about it, besides the light, is that if you go at the right time, you can also tour the facility. So this is good if you're going to bring kids. Now, we're on a date.
Yeah.
So we're not bringing kids.
No, we left them locked in the car in the casino parking garage with a full iPad.
Right. Fully charged and a handcuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can move around.
Well, it's for their safety. You don't want them to get kidnapped.
Right. Keep them there. Keep them warm, door closed, and the engine's running.
Well, for the heat and the air
Gotta keep
conditioning.
them warm.
Yeah.
No complaints there. And it helps him sleep. Is Johnny asleep? Yes. Yes, he is. For a long time, maybe. So you could tour the facility, which is pretty cool. And then they have entertainment. They have local choirs there. Santa Claus is there. The last time we were there, we saw a nice little jazz trio playing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. So that's good. And then you probably want to go at least once to this glittering lights thing. That's over at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So we went from 1 million lights at FLM, 3 million lights.
I've done that.
Have you?
Last year.
Did you like it?
It was good.
It's okay.
If you go with friends.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's over a 2.5 mile course that you drive in.
Yeah.
So it's a little sparse. In a couple areas you're like, they could have used more than 4 light bulbs on that Santa.
Aggregate of 3 million.
Right, yeah. But not all the time. So, really?
That's the track
lawyer.
people calling.
Did you still want the divorce? Yes, he cheated on me. But yeah, you got to go one time. Now it's kind of out in the boondocks at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so you got to drive. But go one time. But if it were me, I would do the ice rink thing because that's pretty sexy, pretty cool, pretty groovy. And then the Opportunity Village, the Magical Forest, pretty hard to beat that. Okay, well, I'm hungry. We've been traveling. We've been doing all kinds of activities. And where are we going to go eat? Yes.
Capitol Grill.
Man, fantastic guess. The fact that they're a sponsor has nothing to do with it. Although some people might think it does. I've said this a million times. Before they were a sponsor, it's the best steak, best servers, best bartenders. It's a great location. Listen, I went there 2 years ago for New Year's Eve. I went there last year for New Year's Eve. You know where I'm going this year for New Year's Eve?
Outback.
Capitol Grill. No. You know who's going to Outback? Everybody else in Las Vegas.
It's the number 1 rated steakhouse, Scott.
Jesus Christ. Right?
Did it get the Best of Las Vegas award again this year?
Oh, I'm sure they did. Why wouldn't they? The palate hasn't gotten any better here in Las Vegas. Right? Or it might be, who knows? What's another crappy steak restaurant? Denny's? Anyway, so that's your date. You start off at Bellagio. You do the Botanical Garden. You go over to Lago. Then you do your Cowboy Christmas. You buy some stuff. Wives like to buy things. Then you hit the ice rink at Cosmo. And then maybe you go to Opportunity Village, Magical Forest, or FLM, or Glitter Lights. And then you head over to dinner at the wonderful Capitol Grill. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome. All right. Let's do some real quick stories. That's my real quick story thing. Ready?
Oh, wow.
Number
that was
one.
Quick. Just like the stories.
Real quick story. We're going to get right into it. Hey, if you want to send an intro video into, we would love for you to do that. All you have to do is use your phone. It's easy. Take your phone, put it in landscape mode.
Landscape. You demonstrate with an appropriate...
Wayne's going to show you what that looks like. That is
You take your Apple iPhone.
You can go to that phone. That one.
And you take it sideways.
Right. The problem with the
Apple's
iPhone,
going to be on its side. It's okay. It can go back this way.
Look at you. You have to explain that to people who have iPhones. The problem with the iPhone, of course, is it doesn't take a true 16:9 video. It's a slightly squared piece of shit, but that's okay. I can fix it in post. Don't worry about that.
It won't blow up on me while I'm taking it, though.
No. Eat it as mine. Okay, so you're doing your landscape. You're like this, and you're saying something like, hey, I'm Dave Smith from Effingham, Illinois. By the way, don't say you're Dave Smith from Effingham. I've had somebody send that like that before. That's not what I'm looking for. I am your name from your location, and you're watching the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. You can say something funny. Again, be sure you're doing it in landscape. Hey, we're not going to see Wayne next week because he's only here on the first and third week, but let's wish Wayne a happy birthday because this Saturday...
We have the band. We can cue the band up. No,
sure.
We didn't spring for the band.
Happy birthday.
I thought you were getting
I just took you on a date. What do you want from me?
Oh, that's true.
Good
yeah.
Lord,
and I didn't put out either because I wasn't real. I got standards. It's going to take at least the second date.
Yeah.
And that divorce is going to have to clear first before I...
Sounds good. Good talk. So Wayne is going to be 35 years old.
Or young, as I start saying that.
And you're going to be celebrating your birthday by doing what, my friend?
So, Scott, you and I are very similar in a lot of ways. That's why we get along. We're also very different in a lot of ways.
That's why we get along.
And we're the yin to the yang. So
Sure.
whereas you are not meant for cold,
No.
I have decided that I'm going to go to Kansas City, Missouri.
What?
I know. 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow. 21 degrees on Thursday.
God, that sounds fantastic.
But mostly sunny, says weather.com, with that
that's good.
21.
That matters.
So that'll probably warm me up outside in the direct sunlight to at least 30, 32.
Yep, that's about right. And you're going there because?
Meeting a friend of mine, and we're going to go see two of the best teams in the National Football League, not named Dallas or New England.
Right.
We're going to see the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Tomahawk said no.
No?
Don't start. Give it time.
Oh, it's going to be about 2 years. Yeah.
That's I might be out of here by that. I'm just gonna have to leave. I can't have this bullshit. Anyways,
I'll visit you in Scottsdale
congratulations
when they play the
Dwayne,
Cardinals
on your birthday, and stay warm. Hey, thanks to Brian M. Excuse me, Brian stopped by the studios. Oh, how long ago? It was a 3 weeks ago. Here's a picture of Brian with Rosie and myself at the Vegas Video Network Studios. He came by to kind of look around. Now, you might remember Brian was the one who said, "Hey, can I come by your house?" And I put an APB on him.
Restraining order.
And restraining order. We found out he wasn't as bad and scary as we thought he might be, so we allowed him to come by the studio. And a premature or a pre-ejaculate, no, that's not the right word. Thanks to Alan Perry and Aaron Perry. Why? Because they set the stage, which was basically whenever you visit Scott, bring some Crown XO, which is exactly what Brian did. So thanks, Brian, for bringing the Crown XO, which we have left at the studio.
Excellent job.
Yeah, he's a classy guy, that Brian.
You can submit that in lieu of a background check.
Yes, if you bring in a little Crown XO, I mean, like, I don't care if you're murdered, just come on in. You give me that gray bag. Oh, I'm in. I give in to you all the time. That's just not cheap either. So thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Hey, I had a chance to check out Morimoto's, which is a restaurant, a new restaurant over at MGM.
I loved him on Iron Chef when I was a kid.
Did you?
When he was young.
It's interesting that you said that. Just those words. It's very interesting you said those words.
Why is that?
Well, you'll see a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay. And I was there with my good friend. Let me see if I got a picture of my good friend. Nope. With Stuart. Stuart was in town for a little bit over a week or so we did some fun things together. One of them was go to Morimoto's. And this place is pretty fantastic. Now, they did some things that I thought were kind of weird. So, for example, everybody knows that I'm a Caesar salad guy, and they had a Caesar salad. This is the Caesar salad that I had. It was delivered and presented like this, which is odd for those of you listening. It came in a kind of a plastic wrap roll thing, which I think is kind of like a sushi looking. I don't eat sushi, so I don't really know. But so I'm like, well, what is this? And they unwrapped it for me, and then they poured the goo that you see in the middle on there, and it was, it was okay. It was good. It wasn't the best Caesar salad in the world.
Here we go.
But the presentation was pretty good.
You're going to give us another 20 minutes on what makes a great tableside Caesar?
Yes, a tableside Caesar. By the way, you know what the tip is? The hint? The real play is? You got to have
Dine and dash.
Anchovies in the goo. Not just anchovies hanging out by themselves. You got to smash those little fuckers in the goo, liquefy them, and then have that as part of the goo, of the dressing. And that's all she wrote. Now, I also had the seafood stew, which was fantastic. Yes.
Is that going to crawl out of there?
No. That one guy looks like, hey, let me out.
How you doing, man? Little help here?
The thing that freaked me out is he winked at me, and I'm like, oh, that's it. I need something to drink. And then Stuart had this really cool dinner that was cooked in the bowl. Here's what I mean by that.
Hot stone grill, yellowtail fireplace. What I'm doing right now is grilling the yellowtail sashimi on the side of the bowl.
It's a lot of work.
So the fish comes raw in the bowl, but the bowl is 550 degrees. And so what he's doing is he's taking the fish and he's leaning up the fish against the side of the bowl.
Chili paste, traditional Korean bibimbap condiment, which is spinach, fern, radish, carrot, and of course the chicken egg. Okay, and gonna pour some guap sauce, which is sweet sesame soy.
This is very involved.
It is. They also do this with a pork dinner thing as well. So once you can hear it sizzling, you can hear it cooking and all that good stuff. Then they mix it all together, and it's all set and looking good. And let me see if there's a. You can see, he mixes it all together, and it's fantastic. Comedy is hard. And he tried to make a joke that wasn't funny, and I think I let him know that comedy was hard.
Yes. Yeah. And then he proceeded to laugh as he spit into your dinner.
There you go. Fantastic. Now, after dinner, we decided to have a drink, an after-dinner drink, a dessert, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
an aperitif.
Yes, we were presented with this. Now, I'm not sure if you know what that is.
Oh, I know what that is.
But that's Louis the 13th Remy Martin. This is a liqueur that is, I'm just learning all about this apparently, is a pretty fancy schmancy liqueur. And if you look at that picture, you'll see, the serving that we got. And it was a half an ounce. Mm-hmm. And it was $92 for a half an ounce of this liquid, which maths out to, if you were to buy that bottle right there at, I don't know, Lee's Liquor, you're close to $3,000 for that liquor.
In the casinos, in the high limit areas, they will stock that for their highest players that request it, and it's kind of like a game of chicken. So whoever buys or gets comped the last shot always wants the bottle.
Oh, really?
So they give them the bottle.
It's like that. Oh, that's really interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, so we had, that was the second time during the time that Stuart was here that we were presented with this bottle. The first time was over at Charlie Palmer's, which is at Four Seasons. Have you ever eaten there before?
I have not, no.
So we ate there, it was probably about a week before. This is their presentation, fantastic. Like this is a tomahawk. Ribeye, and their meals are basically you share it with the whole table. So as you can see here, they serve it already sliced up for you, and a very, very lovely presentation.
You realize what you're doing right now? You're just
that?
Proving everything I ever say about you being an elitist liberal 1%.
We didn't pay for any of this.
Even more so.
Boom.
You're making my point here.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I don't give a fuck anymore. I've given up.
Oh,
I'm trying to raise you up.
The Louis the 13th.
Hold on, this is where it gets funny.
$99 for half an ounce.
So they did the same thing.
I wonder how much it would have been if you didn't get decapitated.
Now, do they have? Yeah, if you look at this, everybody's doing basically the same thing. If you look at that picture, you'll see on the right-hand side a shot glass, like a tall shot glass. It looks like this. And what they do is they come out with the bottle, and that shot glass, and you can kind of see it, has measurements on it, right? Mm-hmm. Half ounce, ounce and a half, 2 ounces. Mm-hmm. And so the half ounce is at the very, very bottom there. You can barely see it. So they come out with the bottle and their little shot glass, and they pour the half ounce, which takes, here you go. Mm-hmm. We're just going to get it.
They squeeze the eyedropper.
Right. They pour it in there. Mm-hmm. And they hand it to you. It's a very big presentation. So they give it to Stuart. This is at Charlie Palmer again. And they're like, is there anything else that you like? I'd be like, let me have that shot glass. That's pretty fascinating. They're like, oh, Mr. Whitney, you're so droll. And they take off. And so we drink, I have a little sip of this stuff. Now, this is interesting about this. You smell it, and it smells like pretty harsh alcohol. Like, who's doing this? You taste it? It's not bad. But here's the cool part about it.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know. And I wouldn't if it wasn't for Stuart. But here's the cool part. So we're eating and dining and laughing. Oh, this is pretty fantastic. And the general manager comes out, and he gives me the shot glass.
Well, how about that?
About that. I'm like, what? Charlie Palmer's is fantastic. It's not the Capitol Grill, but it's pretty fantastic. So thanks to Brian Dermody, who's the assistant general manager at Charlie Palmer, I thought that was a classy play. I asked for this, by the way, over at Morimoto, and they didn't think I was as charming as the people over at Charlie Palmer. So,
did the guy turn to you and say, "Comedy, not that easy,
much harder"? Anyways, fantastic food at Morimoto's. Hello and congratulations and good luck to our friend Gordie Brown. Gordie just wrapped up his show at Golden Nugget. has been there for a very long time.
Very long.
And he was there for a while, then went to Venetian, then came back to Gold Nugget, and he just did his last show. Oh, I think it was it was the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And Gordie's thing is interesting.
Another
have you ever seen
2016, just murderous on shows.
24 or 5 shows.
I know.
Ate it. Have you seen his show?
No, I never did.
Well, here's what's interesting.
We've hung out with the man.
Oh, yeah.
We had quite the night with the man one time.
He's a great guy. He's actually a co-op member now, and I've got some plans for some videos for him. Super humble, nice fella.
Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
friendly. He's
generous.
Super generous. He
Yep,
is. He's
absolutely.
all those things. He's a neat guy. I've always liked him.
Sweetheart would be a good word.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what I liked about him as well is the kind of act he has. So, I'm 55 years old. When I grew up, the Rich Littles,
Shouldn't you be in bed by now?
the Frank Gorsons, I feel like I should be. Those guys were all that in a bag of chips. So, and back then, impersonators were a big deal. Mm-hmm. And, Rich Little is here today. He's performing here at the Tropicana. And Rich says Gordie Brown is the best out there today. And the thing that's weird about Gordie is when he does the voices that I know, from back then, he just knocks them out of the park. Anyone that you can think of, and he does mostly singing impersonations, by the way, but he's fantastic.
Yep.
The challenge
Canadian as well, I believe, too.
He is. And he used to be a TV actor before he went into the impersonating world. The thing that's difficult, I think, for him is
sanity.
Who does he do that's contemporary today? I can't think of any famous guy contemporary today who has a super distinctive voice. Who's John Wayne? Who's Christopher Walken? Who's Al Pacino? Who is that today?
Right.
Now, do an impersonation of Tom Cruise. So the voice, and he does Tom Cruise, but it has nothing to do with his voice. It's his look. It's the sunglasses, that kind of, the big smile. I think the challenge for him, and it's a bummer, is who the fuck is he going to do that's contemporary? And he added some people like, what's his name, Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah, Sheeran.
Yeah. So I guess, he's got a relatively distinctive song voice. But if he hadn't said this is Ed Sheeran before he did it, I never would have known who he was.
Well, you're 55.
That's right, I am old.
I don't expect you to keep up.
Go AARP. So my guess is he will bounce back. He's already in negotiations, as I understand, with other properties, and I expect he'll find another place. I just don't know how he continues that kind of stuff. He is so talented and so nice. I want him to do well. But who is his audience?
Cruise ships.
And I think his audience is me.
Cruise ships.
Yeah, maybe. And we actually had Travis Clore on here last week talking about the cruise ship business.
I saw that. I didn't know if I'd be able to wear a T-shirt in here. That guy had a jacket on.
It's looking good,
and
right?
I thought, when the hell did the dress code get instituted there?
Actually, cruise ships might not be a bad thing for Gordie. The problem is...
No, it's perfect. It's that age.
Traveling. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad... I'm sure he's thinking about that. And Travis was good about that. He's like, no, I think cruise ships are fantastic, man. You got to be good to get out there. It's work. You got to go. Because I was saying to him, a lot of people poo-poo that. He's like, fuck that. This is, they're paying me. This is good stuff. They're a receptive audience. I'm in. So anyways, I'm hoping that Gordie does well. We're doing on time. We're good. Hey, guess what? I have literally broke the cable. I'm no longer using cable TV for my television.
Good for you.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Are you doing that?
I've been doing that for a while.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's good.
So I was Cox for a while, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, that's your only option for practically anything.
We have Dish TV and those kind of guys as well. But for good cable and for internet access, Cox is your guy.
Yep.
And we were living in South Reno, Aliante. We had Cox and we were paying the $100 a month. Like
cable got up that far?
Yes, it's very funny.
Wow, I thought you would have had to have satellite.
Well, no, we actually had cable. Smart ass. 35, huh? Hope you make 36. So we're doing $100 a month like everybody else. And then when we moved down here, I'm like, fuck this. This is stupid. I don't watch half this shit. So we went to the $20 minimum package, and that was mainly so I could get live television, local TV. So ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to see sports, football, baseball, that kind of stuff.
Raiders.
And I wanted to be able to see breaking news in case something was going on. So we were paying $20 for that for a couple years. And then they started to say, listen, you have to get one of these little cable boxes because we were getting it directly into our TV using our own TV for the tuner. They're like, we're going to go all digital. You have to have this little box. It's about this big. It's only $3, but you have to have one for every TV, which means you have to have a remote for every TV. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm trying to get away from that. And then they slowly poisoned what you did have. So they're like, yeah, December 6th is the cutoff date. But like 3 weeks before that, as you're scrolling around, you get to a channel that says, I'm sorry, this is a digital-only channel now. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
So
guess I didn't want to watch C-SPAN after all.
That's exactly right. So I'm like, all right, fuck off. So there's a company here called Mr. Antenna, and we used them to do some stuff at the studios. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. I think this is going to be really difficult. I've got cable for my internet access along with TV, and I have 2 different internet accounts here. I have a business account, which means I have 2 routers on this. And they're like, here's what we're going to do. And here's what they did. It was fantastic. They put up the antenna, and it's an old school antenna. Remember those old ones that you saw in the 50s with the little things? That's what they used. I thought they were using those flat panel-y kind of things.
Oh, no, those are just, those sell well because they look well because you can hang them inside.
Well, it's also dependent upon the signal. So it's UHF versus VHF, and they're using the UHF, I think that's the one, which is the old antenna. I'm like, I could have bought that in the 50s. So they put it up there. And they basically just cabled it right into where the cable went. And now it went to all my jacks for all my TVs. And then they just found the one where it went to the router and then just hooked up the cox to the router. That was it.
Yeah.
Took the guy an hour. And boom, done. So
in Henderson, you don't even need that.
no cost.
I went on Amazon. I bought a $9.99 set of bunny ears and plugged it right into the side of the house.
Oh, you did?
And get everything.
Wow.
Because in Henderson, you're by all the TV antennas in Black Mountain.
That's right. You're right next to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could have probably just wrapped a coat hanger around the cable wire and gotten all the channels.
Yeah, we're getting like 50 channels now, a lot of which, are
a lot of Hispanic language.
Yeah. But
a lot of religious channels at the bottom of it.
Yep. But I'm getting ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox.
And all the sub channels. They got some good sub channels.
Yeah. And it's HD. And it's
every now and then I like to catch an episode of Night Court.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's fantastic. I'm telling you got to do it. All right. We're going to briefly talk. A lot of people in the live chat were talking about this. Surprising nobody after MGM did this. Wynn and Caesars has announced that they are now going to be charging for parking. Valet parking to begin with, right?
At Wynn. Caesars will do both.
Yeah, okay.
Except at the Rio.
Right.
And Wynn and Encore will do valet. Charge for valet. Self-park will still be free.
That's it. So it's just a matter of time before it all gets, falls apart. So who is remaining who does not charge for parking on the strip? Wayne.
You're looking at on the south end the Tropicana.
Yep.
In the middle of the strip, the Cosmopolitan.
Yep.
And then up towards the north end, you've got the Venetian and Palazzo. Across the street, the Treasure Island.
Yep.
And capped off at the top by the Stratosphere.
And SLS.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah. They can't get anyone in the door, let alone the parking lot.
SLS/W. All they have are letters up there. Nobody was surprised by that, and the reason they did that is because nobody stopped going to MGM.
Right.
And MGM made a shitload of money. They announced it. I believe they separated the number of what they made in paid parking, and people were like, "You made how many million in paid parking?"
Yep.
For something that people were going to say they were not going to go. Fuck. So all the other casinos went, you know what? We'll take that money. And that's what's happening.
Did you pay at Morimoto? Where'd you park when you went there?
I did not.
Oh, because you're still local.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just asking.
Which will be the next question. Will MGM start charging locals on the 30th of December?
29th.
The
30th will be the first day.
Right.
I personally don't think so. Right. I think they're already invested into the hardware. The scanners are fashioned into the parking gates, as are the stickers. They're specifically to scan Nevada IDs. I don't think they invest and install that technology if they have plans to deactivate it or rip it out or tape it over.
Well, they wouldn't deactivate it. What they could say is, we're not going to charge you $10. We're going to charge you $5. I believe they're not going to charge either, and here's why.
They wouldn't need you to scan your ID to do that, though.
Sure they could. Well, they would. They would. Yeah, they would because
No, you do that at the pay station.
No. Well, no. You have to. You take a ticket out anyways.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. If you're a regular parker.
If you're a regular parker, you do.
Yeah.
If you're a local, the gate just opens.
Well,
you don't need a ticket.
Yeah, but they could just do this and then give you a ticket. It's a $5 ticket versus a $10. That technology. What I'm trying to say is they could charge you $5 instead of nothing. But I believe they won't charge, and the reason is because they had a big press something about this 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't know when it was, and I've never seen somebody talk around that one topic than the guy. He's like, yeah, we're doing this, and our fans, our audience loves us. They're so happy we did this.
Right.
What?
Parking is so much easier.
So much.
Yeah, at our casinos now.
Well, you've got lights, red, green lights. Those are nice, but like I said before, Cosmo's been doing it for 5 years. You're just catching up. You're
Right.
You're not doing anything special. It's what you should be doing.
I mean, they are building a garage behind Excalibur.
Yeah. Yes, they are. But they never talked about local parking. He could have talked about it 15 times, and he's like, I'm just not going to talk about it. So I think they're not going to charge for it as well. Homicides. Hey.
Little on the upside, the crowd likes it. This is a Raiders game crowd out here.
It's a Raiders crowd.
They're up. They are up to their highest level since
The 90s, right?
Yep, but we just lost some internet there.
Oh shit, we did. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, let's keep going.
So the Cox apparently didn't like the fact that you canceled the cable. Scott, Mr. Whitney, you sure you don't want your 20 channels of digital back? This time the box will be $5 a month.
Oh, we lost the wire, but it looks like the wireless. We lost the wireless, but it looks like the wired is still working.
So they are up to their homicides increased to their highest level since I believe I saw 1996 or 1998. I believe Metro has done like 156 so far this year.
Really?
A little on the high side.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But
Because for a while,
city
we
of
were
2
doing
million
very
people.
well.
We were. City of 2 million people, though. I mean, someone's bound to wake up dead every now and then.
Fantastic. All right. And then finally, an update about Brett real quick. His funeral was on November 19th in St. Louis. 400 people attended his funeral in St. Louis, which is impressive. They are going to have a memorial in Las Vegas. It's going to be January 2nd. So in 2017, January 2nd at 2 p.m. at Faith Lutheran. I've been asked to speak at this, so I'm going to be doing that. And I expect there will be a boatload of people at that as well. So we've got wireless back again. Okay, real quick, we'll do a quick chat, one chat question, then we'll have a drink on me. Glenn wants to know any news on the Monorail expansion to Mandalay?
Preliminarily, I believe they got the approval to study something along the lines of a $400 million extension or $40 million extension. I forget which one. Yep. But there's yes, please. There are some preliminary discussions going into that. I mean, obviously, right now everyone's focused on Raiders, as they should be, and also getting a monorail site, close to wherever the proposed stadium is. Still no site yet. But details, don't get bogged down in them. So
bother?
it's on the agenda to look at. The monorail finally has started making some money. I thought I read.
Oh, is that right?
The problem is, you can connect it to the airport. It still only goes down the Koval, down the right side, and not a completely glamorous view of the Strip.
Yep.
So if you're at the Bellagio. Goodness gracious, you got to get off at Flamingo, hoof it through the Flamingo, cross the boulevard, hoof it through the mall, and get all the way. Come on. You might as well Uber from the tram station to the other side of the boulevard.
Yeah, no, it's a fatal flaw. Without question, it's a fatal flaw. But, fuck, do it. So, and if that happens, what happens? Then you know that attendance to the East Side hotels will go up. Has to.
You would think so.
Has to.
Yeah.
Has to go up. Okay. To that, I say, let us have a drink on me. I was going to talk about football, Cardinal football. I'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
Let's go. Have a drink on me. Have a drink on me. Come on. Alrighty, it's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a lounge or a speakeasy or other kind of places where you drink stuff. And if you can guess the picture by sending in an email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com, you can win some fantastic prizes. Really?
Fantastic prizes.
You know what? I'm going to have Pops to this because Travis, who was here last week, took all my CDs. You look at it, he seems innocent enough. He's actually a thief.
Got a 5-finger discount on those?
He's like,
that's nice.
I'm Frankie Valli. I had the voice of an angel, and I'm a motherfucking thief. All right, fair enough. So we're going to have Pops tell us what you can win.
Hey kids, Pops here, 5-time Haddam winner. I know what you're thinking.
Pops, you old fuck.
How can one old guy keep winning a contest over and over and over? Well, did you know there's bonus entries available? After you send in your initial qualifying entry email with the correct Haddam answer to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com, you can get bonus entries for being in the live chat during the drawing, or by sending in a video for the Haddam contest, or by doing a video intro for the show, or being quick on the draw and being the first person with a qualifying entry email in to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. And don't worry, if you're quick on the draw but you jump the shark, if you're wrong when you send in your first answer, you can send in a corrective email. It'll still get entered as long as it comes in time, and we'll just tease you over being wrong the first time. If you win, you're not qualified to win a following week. No back-to-back wins. But it is polite to pop in and say, thank you very much to Scott Whitney and the cast and crew at the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network.
Thank you, Pops.
Pops said a very important word that's going to come into play here in just a few minutes, I have a feeling.
What's that?
Qualifying entries.
Very well done, Wainster. Very well done. Now, you can win a drink on me. That's one of your options. You can win one of my 3 CDs, Chris McCoustic 2, Oregon Jazzathon, previously here, and a displayable recently stolen by Travis Clark. Or you can have a drink on me. I think I said that twice. What was the other one? Oh, a visor. One of these visors. These visors are
now
hot.
in khaki.
Now in khaki.
Wow.
Normally black like my heart, but I've got the khaki one here.
No, they don't come in black. Normally dark blue.
They're black.
I've requested black.
They're all black.
They're dark blue.
They're black, you crazy
bastard.
bastard.
That's a navy.
Jesus Christ. It's like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Now this is a play. You want to get those visors. You want to win those. You want to put them on your face. You want to take a picture, and you want to send that picture back into me. Why? Because if you do those things in that order, you get to become a part of the galaxy of God. There's Michael Snow and Robert Z and Rosie and Mikey and Scott. There's Pinky and Bud and Alan. And wait, there's more, his wife. There's Aaron and they are Nudist and Bob and his wife and Danny and Shannon, Shan and Craig. There's Glenn and Jimmy 2Gs and Rob, and we are also in Hawaii. And Stuart and Christina, whose all babies are because of my music, and Don and Jackie. There's Pops, and wait, there's more. There's Sammy and Carol and a dog and Chris, who was drunk in my backyard, and Brettstead and Scott and Wayne. Let's not forget our buddy Brett. Alrighty.
I must have gotten like a first production run sample because mine's navy blue.
No.
Okay.
It's black. It may have faded slightly because you used to wear it. Not anymore, but you used to. Okay, we got 14 out of 19 correct.
Oh, you and the clues.
My God. Here is last week's Have a Drink on Me. Let's take a look at it. And the correct answer is Top of Binion's Steakhouse. Top of Binion's Steakhouse. Top of Binion's Steakhouse. Located at Binion's. Okay.
Oh, where at Binion's?
At the top.
Oh.
The name of the place is Top of Binion's Steakhouse. Okay. Let's begin. La-da-dee. Hat.
Hat right there.
Here we go. Number 1, we've got Mike Q. Mike Q gets 1 for the correct answer.
Oh, this is the part where I got to write
Yes, you do.
now.
Mike Q gets 1 for being in the live chat. And Mike Q gets 1 for being the first correct answer. Mike went from 1 to 3.
Wow.
Just like that. Way to go, Mike.
It's quick.
I normally want to give him 3 anyways because he carries. All right. You got those 3 in there? Or 2 more? Good. Next up, we got Jimmy 2Gs, 1 for the correct answer. And Jimmy gets 1 for being in the live chat. Doubling his pleasure.
Doubling his fun.
And while you're doing that, we've got Penny Gregory, who gets 1 for the correct answer. We've got Greg Rumberg, Mr. Testy, who gets 1 for the correct answer. We've got Monica Fagan, boo-doo-doo. 1 for the correct answer. Monica F gets 1 for being in the live chat. Here, as she says in the live chat.
Present.
And we've got Mike Beatty, gets 1 for the correct answer. We've got, here we go. Here's our first. You guys are close, but no cigar. Erin Perry, who is almost always right.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote Binion's Steakhouse. I'm
Wrong.
sorry. Oh, Erin. It's
You know what we need? We need that buzzer from Family Feud.
Tomahawk said no.
I'll give you that for now. Alan from New Hampshire.
Tomahawk said no.
Oh, Alan. It's so close. It's not Binion's Steakhouse. Attention to detail, people. Brent Barnes from Paradise, California, 1 for the correct answer. Ray Flavin, 1 for the correct answer. We continue.
Continuing on.
Our march. Glenn Santa. I often say Glenn's from New York City. He's not. He's from Syracuse. He was very unhappy when
New
I
York
said
State.
that. Yes. Now, Glenn is also in the live chat, but he wrote the bar at Binion's Steakhouse. Oh,
Doesn't matter where you're from now, Glenn, does it?
Wayne has kind of a dark streak to you, don't you? Barb Shotness enjoyed the show. Looking forward to tonight's show. She gets 1 for the correct answer. And she gets, I think there she is, 1 for the correct, or for being in the live chat. Barb from Wisconsin. Michael Snow. Michael writes, received the CD. Thanks, he's a previous winner. I'll be enjoying this while we decorate our tree. Michael gets 1 for the correct answer.
It's excellent tree decorating music.
Yes,
I've done
it
that
is.
before.
And I think, there he is, Michael gets 1 for being in the live chat. Michael Snow. Okay, we continue on.
Continuing on.
Leonard Rios writes.
Leonard writes, the answer to this week's question is top of Binion's Steakhouse.
1 for the correct answer.
Never been, but what happened to the Binion's Hotel? And I heard that one of the floors is haunted.
Yeah.
Leo, I'm guessing this is supposed to be from Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah.
He put for Vancouver, Canada.
Go Vancouver!
Maybe he's running for mayor or something.
Yeah.
P.S.
Wait a minute, there's more.
There's a postscript.
Nicely done.
Fun. Let's take this too. What a to do today. Okay. A funny story on my last trip to Vegas. Me and a friend decided to go to the Circus at 2 a.m.
Wow.
The hookers are cheaper there.
Nothing could go wrong there.
And just like the grocery store, manager special, like baked yesterday.
Right.
And then we took the bus outside the casino when a guy approached me and offered to give me BJ for $5. You should have told him no. They got BJ inside for $5.
It's good stuff.
Why wouldn't I?
Single deck. I can get single deck
3-2. No. Then the art of the deal, as Donald Trump would say, President-elect Trump, he offered to touch him for $2. No, again. So Leo asks, in summary, is $5 the standard rate in Vegas? No, Leo. $5 is the circus rate at 2 a.m, as you discovered. You can also find those types of prices if you're interested. Boulder Highway at 2 a.m. And some areas of North Las Vegas in the daytime, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic. Hold on, I gotta write something down. Because that was funny. Yeah. Have you ever been approached with that? Hey, can I get you a blowjob?
I have.
Have you really?
On Boulder Highway.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this. Let me tell you the real quick story.
Okay.
So when I first moved to town, I actually lived at a casino on Boulder Highway for about a month.
Okay.
I would check in on a Monday. I had a job already. I would check out on Friday, go to work, come back, check in again for another week. And I was doing this while Hannah was closing out our affairs and accounts and stuff in Ohio, and I was still looking for a place to go. I didn't just want to grab something off of Craigslist without seeing it, or let someone else trust it. So I lived at a casino. It will remain nameless because of the story.
And Boulder Highway.
On Boulder Highway, because I didn't know any better, right?
Oh, shit.
You go on a Priceline or Kayak, and you do some A to Z, and these pictures look nice, right? You look at the pictures of the Wild Wild West gambling hall on Tropicana on Kayak. It's right next to New York on the Strip. So I go on Kayak or Priceline, and I saw this place looks nice. It's a casino. They're going to have security, and it's it'll be a nice place.
Right.
So and again, I'm new to town. I'm not that picky. I used to go to casinos in Detroit, and I lived in Cleveland, so anything that was still standing,
It's got 4 walls and a roof.
exactly, was good for me. So I came back from work one night. I was working down at the outlet mall, and I got back to the casino hotel about 9:30 at night. And I'm like, you know what? I'm still a little wound up. Let me get a drink. Let me play some blackjack. So I'm playing some blackjack. I had a drink or two, which you can do, single guy, living in Las Vegas at the time. So I lost, I don't know, $50, $100. I decided, you know what? I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to go to bed. Well, the only thing open now at this point, it's about 10:30, is the Burger King in this establishment. So I'm in line at the Burger King, and I'm looking at the menu, like, what am I going to get? I'll just probably get a cheeseburger or some onion rings.
Whopper.
And a lady who is probably past your age, who's toting behind some luggage.
No.
It's like a briefcase, so to speak, for her profession.
She was looking for a roomie.
Well, so it's 10:30 at night, and I'm standing there, and she taps me on the shoulder.
Excuse me, sir.
And I look over, and I don't know if she didn't have her teeth in, or if they weren't situated correctly.
That's a bonus.
She probably, maybe, I don't know. I could have recommended some Super Polygrip, but anyway, she says in a lispy kind of voice, a very toothy or a gummy
Toothless
kind of voice.
Yeah, gummy.
She literally says to me, "Hey, children, close your ears." She says to me, "Hey, do you want some pussy?"
Do I?
And I looked at her and I said, "No, I want some Burger King."
No, I want a Whopper. I am a Whopper, but I want a Whopper.
So the story gets better, just slightly. So she then, realizing that I'm not her target market, she proceeds to go on to the next person that's 10 feet away from me, the next person. So I get my Burger King. And again, not realizing that it's Boulder Highway, I said to myself, boy, I should probably let a security guard know. Like, this establishment, upstanding establishment, probably wants to, not have this in their,
probably
in their property. So a security guard's walking by, and I say, "Excuse me, sir. I just want to let you know that lady right over there propositioned me." And
you mean Julie?
the security guard says, "What?" So I thought maybe he didn't hear me.
Yeah.
Let me enunciate a little bit better. I said, she propositioned me. And he looks at me and he says, "She what?" And now I realize he doesn't know what that word means. So I said, "She's a hooker." And he responded, "Okay," and kept on walking.
Right. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boulder Highway.
Boulder Highway, everybody. Okay. Next up, we've got Jack Terry. Jack writes, "Hi, Scott. Really enjoyed living in Las Vegas in 291 and also being in the live chat. The answer to November 29th's question is Binions.
Wrong.
Nope. I'm not reading the rest of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack. Jack Terry.
If you can't spend the time to get it right, we're not going to spend the time to read it.
Do we have time for this?
No.
We're busy people. Okay, next up we've got, good Lord, Bill Stenberg from Crystal, Minnesota. First time caller.
Long time listener.
Yeah.
Bill writes, "I do believe this is the top of Binion Steakhouse."
Nicely done.
have been a listener by way of your website for some time now. Really enjoy the show.
Thank you.
We'll try to join live chat in the future.
Do it.
Love typing in phrases. It was amazing to see the emotion when you spoke of your friend Brett. Seemed like a great guy. Condolences to your and his family and other friends. And again, I really enjoy phrases. Bill Steinberg, Crystal, Minnesota.
Way to go, Bill. Thank you very much. Good job. Thank you for doing the research. Let's continue on. Next up, we've got Laura, Meekin. Laura writes, Hey, Scott, how are you? I'm so behind on the podcast, busy moving house, but I did catch the show with Travis. Love him and Jersey Boys. I actually love the whole production. Shame it closed anyways. This week's Haddam is Binion's
Two-shot.
What's two-shot mean? Oh.
Oh, hey there.
Was it on you or me?
That was on me.
Okay, thanks.
But I wasn't talking.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't matter because that answer was wrong anyways.
Lauren. Come on, Lauren. I'm really starting to lose a little bit of faith in these people. Let's look at Alan Perry. Alan is a longtime contributor, arguably one of the most well-written, well-researched guy. Alan writes, Hey, Scott, the bar for this week's Haddam is Binion.
Did he really? Let me see that.
Unbelievable. What have we done? We work with these people.
Alan, bring your A game or don't show up at all.
Jesus Christ. You know, he stopped coming to Vegas. He's going to Mexico a lot. I think the water has gotten to him.
Yeah.
We've got Steve and Riley Finch. Arguably one of the classiest names. Stephen writes.
Stephen writes.
One for the correct answer.
Island Steve here. This should be, quote, top of Binion Steakhouse.
Boom.
I mean, I see pronunciation, or excuse me, I see punctuation. I see capitalization. This has everything you would want in a correct answer.
What up, Steve?
I want to thank you and Brett and Wayne for providing so much Vegas info.
You're welcome.
I've been watching all the old shows going back about 15 months. I can certainly see why you miss Brett. What a great guy. Sharp intake of breath there. These shows have given me much greater insight into the doings in Vegas than I could gather on my own. I'm assuming that's a word from wherever he's from, from the islands.
Yeah, sure.
I was in Vegas at the Mirage over Thanksgiving. Great dinner at Hugo's, my favorite.
Yes.
But what is better is that I signed a contract on a new construction townhome in Inspirada in Henderson.
Tomahawk say
Son. Henderson.
So we have to take that and rip that up because you're saying it wrong.
Even got my first locals discount at the Lion Habitat when I told them. Looking forward to moving to the Valley sometime next year. Thank you for my visor pick to follow. Thanks again, your new friend and my new neighbor,
There you go.
Steve. Island Steve.
There you go. All right. There you go, Steve. Okay. Let's take a look at who our winner is today. It's like the killing fields today, man.
Oh my gosh.
Sheesh. That was the worst we've ever had here.
I mean, were those all the people phoning it in earlier?
I think so, probably. They're like, we made a mistake. No,
Too late.
we don't do that. We don't play that. We don't play that, you.
As Boy George would say, I know all there is to know about the crying game.
That's good. It's completely non sequitur, but that's fantastic that you knew the lyric. Well done.
All right. I'll tell you what, I have been... Kudos for those of you that go the extra mile for the extra entry.
Yeah.
It's not going to do you any good again this week.
Really?
Yeah, nope. So our winner on the rather one of the more tricky ones.
Yeah.
We're giving the nod of the head and the CD visor and or drink to Leonardo.
Oh, first time entry.
How about that?
First time entry. Way to go, Leo. You can win yourself either a visor or a drink on me or one of my CDs. I'll email you and offer those options.
Very good.
If you live in...
I recommend the Chris Acoustic.
You're a good man.
But you can't play next week, Leo. But in 2 weeks, you're going to want Chris Acoustic too to complete the collection.
True that. True that. Okay, let's look at this week's Have a Drink on Me.
Well, it looks fancy.
It does look fancy, huh? Here we go. Hit number 1. It's named after an Iron Chef.
No fucking way. Really?
Named after an Iron Chef. Just hush up.
Can I
Hit number
you?
2. No, you can't. I didn't know you were going to say that in a damn show. Hit number 2. 11 restaurants are named after this guy around the world. 11 restaurants are named after this guy. You look so uncomfortable for no reason at all. And hit number 3, you'd probably do well ordering sake from this place, given its cuisine. You'd probably do well ordering sake from this place, given its cuisine.
Have we gotten the first answer yet?
If you're in the live chat and you don't know this, shame on you. Just shame on you. All right. If you do know the answer, you're going to send it to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com.
We're not going to put that lower third up, huh?
Nah, fuck it.
Okay. I mean,
Tired of giving
you
people
got to make this
everything.
somewhat difficult, right?
I'm tired of handing it to these people. They want to mail it in, we'll mail it in too. I'm not afraid of these guys. All right, hey everybody, thanks for playing along. Hey, if you want to get your voice on the show, you can do that. It's super easy. You go to our website, you click the little orange tab on the right-hand side, then you click the button that says start recording, and because you have a microphone on your computer,
People still have this?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of course we do. We're on iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review. We're on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and share us with all of your amigos. And besides those two, we're on Roku with over 73,000 accounts installed. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast. You can see us on Apple, Google, and Fire TV, Google Play, and of course, the Vegas Video Network. I'm Scott. That there's your buddy Wayne, and we're going to see you guys next week. Well, one of us will see you because one of us loves you, and one of us really doesn't care much for you at all. And I think we know who that is. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Oh, yeah.
See, you're on. Now stop your bitching.